Alright, so I was paid to go over another shop's work if this is the true story. So here we go. I might as well take you along. They must have put a brand new radiator in at the same time. Yeah, that's not good. Power steering cooler is just about rusted out and leaking. Looks like they put a new hose clamp on there. We still got a coolant leak. We got oil seepage from the oil pressure switch, which they didn't do. We got high pressure power steering line leaking with a new power steering pump. And then we're going to go down to his complaint and concerns were the bellows boots on the rack and pinion. Just some sloppy work from the mechanic. This side's okay. Antifreeze leaking all over the place. We got power steering leaking still with the rack and pinion. Simple fix the boot. Zip ties on there is perfectly fine. They had headers put on, and all they do is sound like they're leaking the whole time. Never put headers on your daily driver. So what did they get paid to do? Upper control arms, lower ball joints, tie rod ends, rack and pinion boots, steering wheel's off center, tires are chopped. They obviously did a wheel alignment. It looks like whoever did the job kind of really knew what they were doing. I would never do a front end job to this extent without putting shocks on. That's a waste of your money here. Why put new ball joints top and bottom and links with shocks that are original from 10 or 20 years ago? Not a good thing. And like, I'm not even like getting super picky. So where did the mechanics get sloppy? Let's talk about it. Mechanics got sloppy with the bellows boots not being correct in the right position. They will prematurely wear because they're supposed to be in a not twisted up. The steering wheel is off to the left as you drive down the road, so the alignment is not correct for some reason or another. They left the bellows boot body insulator for the steering shaft not even connected inside the car. That sucks. They put shocks on a vehicle that's, I can't even tell you how old it is. I'm going to get the production date for you. Why would you even do all this front end work with shocks from the day it was produced? That was pretty stupid. There's quite a bit of other stuff that he should have spent his money on than headers. Putting headers on these vehicles is a nightmare, and I do not advise them for street use. The rear brake attention, the spray paint king on the exhaust, had to have that done right. So then they put a radiator in that's still leaking coolant. I have sway butter frame bushings. Like, it looked like these guys almost knew what they were doing, but they really didn't know what they were doing. So I don't know the whole story here. Did they run out of money, or is this all their recommendations? You can see the power steering cooler is still leaking from there. You had it apart. How stupid is that? You had the power steering cooler off of the car when you did the radiator. Power steering lines are leaking. This is a simple adjustment, some sloppy work from the mechanic. The clamp's not on all the way. I understand that. You paid a quality job and you didn't get it. Doesn't even look like the ride height in the front is correct. And I'm not even going to get into that. Like, he spent all his money someplace else. It's a half-assed job from what I see. And now he's here for me to just tell him that he got a bad job. And he did get a bad job. This vehicle is an 05 Ram 1500 with 132,000 miles with a fairly new front end with the original shocks. How good are they? They're not.